It's me, Kinghuman. And I'm back. Huzzah. Hooray for me. Hooray for you. You get to watch me. Aren't you special? So yeah, I'm back from another trip. Booyakasha. Safe. Already thinking about the next trip. Come into my office, start looking at my computer and catching up on emails and the things that I have to do, and I'm already ready to leave again. But one of the things I found, it was this, I mean, not this, it's empty, but the disc that was in this, which is now on my computer. Man, how old is this? Anyway, this is an interesting story. This is actually the thing that got me into digital, making money online, ebooks, digital money making, that kind of thing. It's an interesting story. I don't know if I told you guys this story or not in the past, but I'll tell it again. It bears repeating. People don't go look at my old videos. There's like 8 gazillion old videos. I don't blame you for not going back and looking at those. I can barely watch the new ones. And I'm making them. Okay, so what's doing? I was on, again, I don't know how many years ago this was. I was on eBay in the businesses for sale section, just seeing what trouble I could get into. And I came across this guy selling the rights to his best-selling paperback book. And I went, wow, this has my interest. I read more. Yeah, it's a best-selling book. I looked at it. It was selling in Borders and Barnes and Noble. It was on all the shelves and it was selling. It was a best-selling paperback. So the guy, I think at the time, I don't know, it was so long ago, I think he sold me the rights for like 200 bucks was the auction, and I bought it. Nobody else bid. They didn't know what it was or how to use it to make money. I didn't either at the time. I just bought it thinking there's got to be money there. And the book was, the title of the book was The Adult Video Business, or How to Make Money in the Adult Video Business, something like that. So I bought it. The guy's premise, the guy's whole thing was he went from like a $50 a week gardener to having a Ferrari in his driveway within like 2 months or something like that. I don't remember the bullshit thing. But back in those days, that was very feasible. You know, I don't know if it's still a going business like it used to be. But anyway, back then, it was hot. I bought the book. I bought the rights to the book, which gave me the ability to reprint it and sell it however I wanted. And that's exactly what I did. I took the book, which you can see right there. I've got it booted up. It's just a text file. It's just run-on text. And I contacted a guy. First of all, I bought it. It sat on the shelf for a long time because I didn't know what to do with it. And then I thought, wow, I can sell this digitally. So, you know, at the time, Amazon was just coming up and, you know, it was a way to go. So I took it off the shelf and I contacted a guy who provides content for adult websites. And I said, look, I don't want to buy porn shots. I want to buy behind-the-scenes shots of guys setting up cameras, guys doing, you know, just stuff, you know, because this isn't a porn book, it's a business book. And the guy said, you know what, I got a stuff. He sent me a stack of content that big, and it's really amazing. It's got to be $10,000, $15,000 worth of web content that he sent me for free. So I picked a couple of like behind the scenes images that I could use, I put them in the book, and I put the book up on Amazon and eBay and all these different online venues for I don't know how much, but I put it up as the new second edition illustrated digital version, and people went nuts for it, especially on Amazon. I mean, it sold like crazy, and it did really well, and that's what got me into this. That's what opened my eyes to the fact that there's a lot of money to be made online. Again, I don't remember how many years ago this was. It seems like, geez, 10, 15 years ago. I don't know. I'm not good with that kind of thing, you know, knowing how long ago something happened. But it's a great story because it illustrates what you can do if you take something and spruce it up a little bit and then market it in different ways. Because the guy who had this book, he was only selling it in bookstores in a paperback version. And I'm sure what happened to him was his sales were dropping off, and the only way he could think to make extra money out of it, milk the cow for a little bit more milk, was to sell the rights to it on eBay. You know, instead of a guy like me who came along and said, wow, I can take that same property and sell it in a different way and in a different medium. I can sell it digitally. I can spice it up a little bit by adding some pictures. I can improve on it. And it never occurred to this guy. And so, like I say, I put it on Amazon and even eBay and those places. And it sold like crazy. I couldn't believe it. I'd wake up. It was like printing money. I'd wake up in the morning, turn on my computer, and see how much money I made, and I couldn't believe it, that I was making money doing nothing. So that was real attractive, and I never looked back. I never looked back. I made money online. I made money with hard goods. I just, you know, this is the way to go, though, online money making, because there's no inventory, there's no shipping, it's just so clean and easy. But, you know, and it doesn't have to be ebooks, it could be anything, but, you know, I digress. Anyway, the guy on Amazon, the guy finally caught me on Amazon selling the book, which I fully had the right to do. And he went apeshit because he saw how much money I was making because I had the brains to remarket the thing. And so he put the book on Amazon and undercut my price by a little bit, and then I'd undercut him and so on until it got to the point where I just said, dude, go with it, have it, I don't care. By that time I had made plenty of money off that book. I figured, you know what, just let him run with it, give him a year or two, and then I can pull it off the shelf and sell it again. Which I certainly could have, I didn't, but you know, I got involved in other things, what have you. Anyway, I found the book. It's right here, and I'm thinking of putting it on my membership website if anybody's interested in downloading it. Maybe I'll even put it on my free website. I don't know yet. But I'm sure the information is dated. You know, I don't know how old it is. It might be a good case study for somebody to look. In fact, I'll try and put some of the images back in the book that I have. I know where they are. They're over there on the shelf. But, you know, again, takes effort. I'm lazy. Bald, fat, fugly, lazy, all that stuff. I'd rather just jump on a plane and go back to Vegas than sit here and reformat a book and throw images into it and upload it to my website. Anyway, if anybody has interest in this book, I'll post it. Otherwise, forget about it. And you can go check the book yourself. I'm sure it's probably still on Amazon in a paperback form or whatever. I don't know. I haven't checked. It's been how long? I don't know. I think it's called Adult Video Business. The author is Ray West. So go look it up. See what the deal is. Anyway, I don't even know if he resells, if he's still selling the rights to this. When I bought it, I was the first guy to buy the resale rights to this book. And I think when he saw what I did, it kind of pissed him off. So I don't know if he's still selling the rights to his book or not. I don't know what's going on with this at all. I just found it as I was going through stuff and thought it's a good story. You guys may not know where I started my career with this online stuff. And it makes a good story. Plus, I got nothing else to say. My mind is burnt out from being in Vegas. I do have some good Vegas stories, but I don't know if I want to tell them. Anyway, emails, I'm going to get to your emails. I'm backlogged. I got to get onto my Kinghuman elites and start Skyping and answering their emails. I got content to post. I'm just, you know what? I'm working harder in retirement than I worked in, well, I shouldn't say that. That's not true. I shouldn't bitch. I should never bitch. The amount of money I make for hitting a couple of keys on a keyboard, I'm not flipping hamburgers. I'm not hot tar roofing. I should never bitch. So whenever I do, give me a slap in the face, would you? Because this is stupid. I mean, I get to go take a trip whenever I want. I usually take 2 vacations a month. What an idiot. What am I sniveling about? All right, people, be good. Do something good to somebody besides yourself. Donate a few bucks to help us at kids. St. Jude's Research Hospital for Kids could use your help. All right, I'm out of here.